Ladies and gentlemen, may I proudly bring to you, this is Prowsul's review of TNA Impact, 30th of January 2014. And as you can probably hear, I've got a huge cold right now in my voice. Now, TNA Impact, the 30th of January 2014, was it great? I wouldn't say so, unfortunately. I think it's due to the fact that we missed Sting and AJ Styles. Now, the unfortunate thing is, the stars are going. Stars are going from TNA Wrestling. And, doesn't seem like TNA is bringing anybody back. I mean, sure, the whole thing about the investor is coming in TNA Impact and going to oppose Dixie Carter is a good storyline, I guess. It's something. But to be honestly truthful, when you had Sting, you had a huge, big thing there completely. When you had AJ Styles, you had a huge thing there completely. You had like the John Cena of your organization. That's what you needed. You kind of had the face of the company at that time. However, now there is no one, and it just seems empty, and I guess they're gonna have to rely on Kurt Angle after all. Now, straight away, first thing was first, Magnus, EC3, and Rockstar Spud came out talking about how they have dominated. Well, Magnus was talking really, and how he has dominated the industry by getting rid of Sting and getting rid of AJ Styles, and he said he single-handedly did that, and that absolutely infuriated EC3 when he started going, whoa, wait a minute, you said single-handedly? Well, when he clearly didn't, really. We all know that last week he didn't do that. And they were gonna get in a feud, and then Kurt Angle came out. One thing you have to say about Magnus, though, is that Magnus is a very good heel. He is a really good heel. He's like, you can clearly see that they've got him as the Randy Orton of this storyline. I think they copied this storyline from the WWE. They've got him as the Randy Orton. The only thing with Randy Orton is that he's not very great on the mic skills, in my opinion. He's not. And with Magnus, he just does seem very, very natural as a heel, and it works very, very well with his upper class type of look, what he's trying to, portray as such. Who knows what the real deal is? Well, we all know what the real deal is anyway. And Kurt Angle came out, and with him was Samoa Joe, and they both came out to beat up the guys, and apparently Samoa Joe, sorry, said he wants to kill Magnus, and Samoa's gonna kill him. My gosh, no offense, guys, but I don't like Samoa Joe. It's just, is he supposed to be an MMA fighter style? Is he supposed to be? I mean, I know he's been around in the TNA for a long, long time, but I don't really like him as a professional wrestler. I think you can see he's clearly basically taken. He's supposed to be a bigger version of Taz was. I think he just ripped off his style and worked it, and it worked very, very well. The only thing is, he is a bit too physical with guys, I've noticed. And because he's a big guy, and he's too physical with guys. And I mean, this is an MMA, and the thing is, the other guys are not that weighty in regard to hitting him and stuff. So he works them too much, and quite frankly, he doesn't need to do all that. I mean, this whole kicking in the face on the edge of a turnbuckle, he literally kicks him. You know, if this was MMA, if you wanted to get really physical, Samoa, why don't you just become an MMA fighter? And because you clearly want to regard yourself as one. Yeah, I mean, you have the mohawk, and you want to be Chuck Liddell style, it seems like, and you do the punches and the rear naked choke, etc. And I don't know. You know what? Good luck to the guy. I can't. He must mean well, I guess. But in my opinion, I don't like his style. I think, when I saw him kick Christian's head, and he did it so many times, and then he did that to Rockstar Spud last week, that was just really, in my opinion, it was a bit too harsh. Because quite frankly, the guy is not, Rockstar Spud is not exactly an heavyweight. He's completely probably like about 200 pounds less than him. It seems like at least 200 pounds or 150 pounds less than Samoa Joe, and he's still laid into him like, I don't know. But even Yokozuna, when he used to do his stuff, he wasn't too harsh on fighters. He would take it easy. Even when he did the Samoa drop, he didn't land put all his weight on the shoulders and try to hurt the guys. Even when he did the leg drop, he didn't land his big thigh over the actual head. He did it in a systematic way where the guys wouldn't get injured. And I think Samoa Joe needs to kind of take it easy or go to MMA. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. Anyway, yep, they all negotiated. Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe negotiated with Magnus, and that if we beat you, whoever one pins you, we will get a title shot. And Magnus was actually negotiating, saying that if we beat you, me and EC3 beat you, then you guys are gonna be gone from the TNA for good. And Dixie said, no, don't do that. You could lose this. And Magnus, his ego said, you know what? Let's do this. And then Dixie was gonna cry. Poor girl. Anyway, in the back, Bobby Roode got attacked by Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe threatened him to snap his windpipe, and if he gets involved in the match, that he would kill him. Again, there you go again. What's that all about? Anyway, whatever. So then Bobby Roode went to Dixie Carter and told her, wait, I helped you last week so then I can get a title shot. So are you gonna give me the title shot? You gotta sort this out. And then he gave her a time limit till next week to sort it out. Because he wants the next title shot. That's why he actually helped him, Magnus, to win the title last week. So that's it. So by next week we'll find out whether Bobby Roode gets the actual title shot, but I don't think so. Anyway, Gunner and James Storm had a good chat in the middle. It was like two guys in a pub having a good chat, and one of the guys saying, "Man, brother, I love you, man." The other guy saying, "Brother, I love you too, man. I love you too." And thank God for Bad Influence, I have to say. That was the most funniest bit I've ever heard in my... I thought it was so funny what Bad Influence said. Why don't you shut your mouth, you monkey farts? I can't say it as good as what they said. You have to actually go watch it just for that instance. When one of the members from Bad Influence came out and started talking smack, and the guy who started talking smack My gosh, he's good trash talker. I have to say, he's a very, very good trash talker. He went and insulted James Storm and Gunner as well, and said, and they negotiated, and it was a tag team match for the opportunity for Gunner's briefcase, and well, the Gunners team won that match. And eventually, it was a boring match, so you didn't miss anything. But just for that beginning trash talk, it was interesting. Then the Bro Down faced Abyss and Eric Young, and Abyss has been reborn by Eric Young, hasn't he? Because he's trying to bring the animal back into him. However, well, it's working, that's for sure. Abyss and Eric Young were fighting Bro Down and for the tag team championship, and Eric Young was taking a whipping all the way through, and Eric Young's wife advised him as well that wait a minute, can you trust Abyss? Are you sure you can trust Abyss? And Abyss said, well, not Abyss didn't. Eric Young decided to go for it, and Eric Young was taking a whipping. And when Abyss tagged himself in, Abyss started beating up everybody, and he beat up Bro Down completely. And then one of the other Bro Down members were going on top of the rope, and he went and threw him off the top rope. And then Abyss decided to get the referee and basically do like a backcracker on him, and with a shock train. That's what it's called. It's a shock train. And Eric Young was like, "What the heck is going on here? What's wrong with you, man?" And I think he clearly asked that as well, and he got a choke slam for asking that stupid question. And Abyss was walking and huffing and puffing, and then Eric Young said, "Next week, man, you and me and the Monsters Ball." And now, unfortunately, I don't know what the Monsters Ball is, so if you guys know, then you know what. And if you enjoy it, maybe watch it next week. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Well, I did find it interesting. Abyss just beating the hell out of everybody. That's interesting. That was good. Just him beating everybody up, even the referee. So you can know it was just interesting. That's all. Okay, Bully Ray came down, man. That guy is so crazy. He's been watching too many mafia movies. That guy. But I have to say, Bully Ray, he is such a good actor. Or he's just such a good promo guy. He is very, very talented. As a singles wrestler, he is very, very good. I wouldn't have said it in the past, but my gosh, his promos are they're kind of scary, really. He's very good in terms of what he does. And he offered a coffin match to Ken Anderson, and then Ken Anderson came in and then said, "What you gonna do? With the coffin? What do you put me in?" And then he said, "Sorry, I just can't believe Bully Ray says some of this stuff, comes out with some of this stuff." He said, "I'm gonna power drive your family." I don't want to say which, family members, because I just don't want to insult them. But he said he was going to insult his family members. He power drive them as such, and Ken Anderson got annoyed and started beating him up, and Bully Ray started to take a whipping, and then he started to hit him as well, hit Ken Anderson, and then he went to the top rope, and then got hit in the nuts. Bully Ray got hit in the nuts, and Ken Anderson picked him up on his shoulders and did the front somersault, and that was the end of the little segment because Bully Ray ran after that. But I have to say, their storyline is very, very good because you got two big guys, Ken Anderson and Bully Ray, two talented guys. They can make a match out of nothing. You give them an inch, they'll take a mile. I think in terms of promotion, what the heck are TNA doing? They need to promote this. You clearly are just focused completely on other guys like Bobby Roode and all this other stuff which is happening. You know, they're not, Ken Anderson and Bully Ray are not interfering in any of your segments, but at least give them the time and day to promote them a bit. Promote these, do these good promos so they can build them up a bit more, because that will build your company. And it's not like Ken Anderson and Bully Ray are just here for 2 minutes. They're here for the long haul. They're not gonna be deciding to leave TNA soon as well. So build them up, TNA, if you're listening. Anyway, some guys who they decide to actually promote is Kurt Angle. That's right, because straight after that little segment, they decided to get an advert of Kurt Angle as a cyborg, and calling him a cyborg. My gosh, like he's like the Terminator, because he's been taking a whole load of kicking, and he's still alive and he's still going. Fair enough, Kurt Angle doesn't need the promotion. Kurt Angle is well established. Everybody in the world knows who Kurt Angle is. Okay, fair enough. Give him a promotion spot, that's good. But at least give Ken Anderson and Bully Ray some time of day. They both came from the WWE. Push them hard. You can make TNA big. And they were going on about in terms of Kurt Angle, they were going along live Kurt Angle. And quite frankly, good on him. Kurt Angle, he has been working very, very hard. I really don't know when his wheels are going to come off. God forbid they do. Whenever you look at him, you just think in terms of his health. When's he gonna break? When's he gonna end? But he just keeps going. He just keeps going. He's just like that. He's just like that Energizer bunny. He just keeps going and on and on. What can you say? Anyway, but in terms of a level of his wrestling, no, it's not the best. If you ask me, it's not the best wrestling. And I'll say it loud and proud. It's not great wrestling to watch over his. He's not as technical as he used to be. If he took some time off and maybe relaxed his body a bit, he might be able to give us better matches. And I think that's what he needs to do. But no, his matches aren't as great as they were. No chance. There's no way, in my opinion, you can say that. His quality of his matches have improved. They've definitely gone down. Sure, he did the moonsault last week, but you know what? If you take a risk and there's a suicide dive like that, well, anybody would want to see that, and that's exactly what happened. But anyway, okay. Now they had a little promo segment where Magnus showed off his mic skills against EC3, and he basically slated off EC3, saying that, hey, I'm born ready, and you need to be ready, and quite frankly, I should be afraid that, you're a cheap wannabe wrestler, and, whatever. I can't remember what he said at this present time, unfortunately, but it wasn't so inventive, to be truthful. But you know what? You got to give credit to Magnus. He always comes out with some good comments, anyway. And EC3, I think he's, I do agree with Magnus in terms of he's not as good as everybody's making him out to be, but, good luck to him as well. I don't hope him bad. Anyway, Magnus EC3 versus Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle. This was an okay match. It was an okay match, and quite frankly, Samoa Joe beat Magnus by tapping him out. And that was the funny thing about this situation, because after the match, Samoa Joe said, "You tapped out," and everybody was saying "you tapped out," and Magnus was reacting very, very good. I have to say, he makes such a good heel. I hope that he continues to have a title for at least a few months, in my opinion. I hope he does, because he's so hateable. It's brilliant. And Samoa Joe was saying, "You're gonna be killed," as usual. God forbid that happens, I mean, we are all, what can you do? But then suddenly Dixie came out, and she wasn't happy and said, "I told you, Magnus, I told you this was gonna happen." And now what's his name? A new investor, whoever you are, if it's a woman or a man, coming out and show your face. And it was very good in reaction. We all knew what she was doing. I mean, it was very good in terms of her ability to act. And then basically, this was really funny, which I really found. The announcers were saying that they've come out of a limo. What's the name? The investors just come out of a limo. It wasn't a limo. It was a bloody van. It was a bloody cheap van. It was a cheap van in Glasgow. Probably the best that they could get at the time. If they were going to hire a limo, they probably would have had to hire it from somewhere else. Somewhere high. It was not a limo. Regardless, I don't know which company they went to, but it was definitely not a limo. If it was a limo, then flipping heck. When a dog is a cat, I guess. If that's it. If that's the case, But that was not. He's coming a limo. No, he's coming a van. The investor, he spent so much money on TNA wrestling that he couldn't afford a limo, and he had to come down in a van. And his two bodyguards came down. I don't know whoever them new wrestlers are. I don't know them, unfortunately. I remember them from last week, but I can't remember their names, unfortunately, because it doesn't. Well, I don't know them. They don't seem as a great tag team in my opinion. I've never seen them wrestle, so I can't make a judgment on that. But anyway, they came out and it turned out to be MVP. What the heck? MVP? Is that the best you could bloody do? And you called him the investor. I guess I understand. He was balling. He had the biggest contract in the WWE. So I guess that makes sense in people's eyes that he was balling and he was so damn rich. Money was coming out of everywhere. But I guess the storyline's gonna work. But the unfortunate thing is, I don't know, I'm not enjoying it right now, to be truthful. I think Sting's gone, and there's no AJ Styles, I don't know. But that's just me. I'm not enjoying it as much as I would. But I gotta give it credit. It was a good, entertaining show. There's no doubt about it. The talent that they have at present, they work very hard, and they bring it. They really do. They bring it for sure. And but I do think that they need to invest in a few more wrestlers and a few more stars, or build up a few of the old wrestlers such as Ken Anderson and Bully Ray. and that would be good. And that would be it. That's it from me. Okay. Thank you for listening to this. I very much appreciate that you have listened to this. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment, whatever. Thank you very, very much. I much appreciate your time. Have a good day. Peace out. Bye. And, well, tune in for next week as well. And, overall, though, would I advise you to watch this after what I've just given you? No, I wouldn't. No. Okay. Peace out anyway. Bye.